What's going on, my friends? This is Gamer for Life, and in this video I've got a very nice SMG build for you guys. I've actually had this ready to go for about a week, but when they announced that warhound convoy was something legit, because honestly you're just completing an activity in the game over and over again, I went all in on that thing, because having a maxed out watch is huge. Having all of those extra stats definitely makes building builds that much easier by having all those extra stats. And as you can see, a brother got it to over 1,000, so I've got it maxed out, and I really hope you guys took advantage of that as well. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this build video. As you saw in the beginning of this video, the vector just absolutely shreds. Let's go ahead and go over these gear pieces. Coyote's mask, I mean, this is an awesome mask to have, regardless if you're with the team or not. I mean, if you're with the team, everybody's getting these buffs. You're always going to be within 25, so you're going to have either plus 25% crit damage or plus 10% crit damage, along with crit chance if you need that for some other guns. We definitely don't need that on this build, but that's a lot of extra damage with this Coyote's mask, which came, it's decently rolled. Max weapon, as they all come with, plus 5.1% crit chance and 10.9% crit damage with an 11.7% crit damage mod on it. I've got a Sokolov backpack with 12.1% weapon damage, 10.7% crit damage. Obviously would rather have something other than skill damage, maybe hazard protection, since we don't need crit chance here. And also it has an 11.5% crit hit damage mod, and the talent is Wicked. Applying a status effect increases total weapon damage by 18% for 20 seconds. So that gives you some good extra damage there. A Sokolov glove, 14.7% weapon damage, 9.9% hazard protection, 12% critical hit damage. And the 3-piece on Sokolov, obviously, plus 10% SMG damage, plus 15% critical hit damage, plus 10% critical hit chance, which brings us to my third piece of Sokolov. I have been praying to the RNG gods to give me a decent Sokolov chest piece, and it just hasn't happened yet. So this is the best that I have right now. 15% weapon damage, 9.2% crit damage, 14.3% repair skills, which is I don't need, obviously, and plus 11.6% critical hit damage mod with Unbreakable. Now in PvP, we'll take a look there. Stats, it gives you 50% of your armor back, and the cooldown is 60 seconds. Now if you're running in a team, I know the footage that I showed, I believe I was running solo, but if you're running in a team and you have a tank build with that tardigrade chest piece, that's just going to give you that much more survivability with this build. So yeah, that's that. I have a Heligard holster with max armor, 5.3% crit chance, 12% critical hit damage. I went ahead and used the Heligard piece just to have a little extra armor. It gives you plus 5% total armor for the one-piece brand set. And I have Grupo Sombra knee pads, one of my very few God roll pieces. Max weapon damage, max crit damage, max critical hit chance. So that's very nice. So that's my gear pieces. The 2 skills that I have, obviously with Gunner, the specialization that I'm running, I'm able to use Banshee, which the Banshee launches a forward arc of pulse energy that confuses enemies caught in the wave, penetrates cover, and this does apply a disoriented status effect on affected targets, which is going to proc your Wicked and give you that extra 18% damage for 20 seconds. My second skill, now in the video I had a defender drone, which is really nice to use, but I've been playing around with this shield, and I'll tell you, this shield has really been pretty nice. Especially you've got it at tier 1 with that Heliguard piece. It gives it an extra 40% shield health, which is huge. Also, you have some extra active regen and holster regen. Now, if you wanted to go with 2 blues on this build to give you over 1,000,000 armor, you can, which will make the shield even better at tier 2, giving it plus 66% shield health, 20% active regen, and 10% holster regen. But I like the balance that I have here because I will be running mostly in a DZ with the team. So I'll have a tank build with somebody running the tardigrade that's going to give me a good bit of survivability, more than I have right now. Yeah, I like the setup. So the vectors that I have, the first vector is 15% SMG damage, 14.5% crit chance, 10% damage to target out of cover. With strain, gain plus 10% critical hit damage for every 0.5 seconds you are firing, stacks up to 5 times. Went down to the firing range and tested this out. It takes usually about 2 seconds to empty a mag, so 2 seconds, you're talking about an extra 40% crit damage. So, that's not bad. This other vector I have, 14% SMG damage, 15% critical hit chance, 12% magazine size, and I rolled measured on this. I've not been able to find, like, this is probably my best one. Crit chance could be better, but I'm max crit chance anyway, so it's all good. But having that extra crit chance would allow me to take one of my crit chance mods on my vector off and put a crit damage mod, which would give me a little more crit damage. But it's what I have right now, so it's pretty decent. Also, I went ahead and threw on this Liberty. If you get somebody's health in armor completely down and they just decide to run away, and instead of having to reload your vector, you can just switch to this bad boy and one tap them down. So this one has 15% pistol damage and 7% damage to target out of cover. And let's go ahead and look at the stats on this. Obviously, max crit chance, and my crit damage is at 181.6. Now, if the Coyote's Mask is procced, within 15 meters, you're getting an extra 25% crit damage, so over 200% crit damage. What is that? 206.6 crit damage. And then if you're within 25, you get 10% crit damage. So, and one of those are going to be procced at all times because you're not really shooting your vector at long range. So you're going to either have the plus 25 or plus 10% crit damage at all times. So that's pretty decent as well. And as you saw in those clips, I mean, the vector just absolutely shreds people's armor. So this is, in my opinion, this is one of the best damage builds that I've made since the update. And like I said, if you're running in the DZ with a tank build, that gives you all the survivability that you need with this build. In this day and age of division gameplay, no build is going to keep you up at all times. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, the time to kill is so fast, it doesn't matter what you have on. But when you're talking about having double the armor plus unbreakable on top of that, when you're running in a team with a tank build, that's a lot of survivability. And you have so much damage on this build. You got a shield to help you out with your survivability as well. So let's go ahead and look at the specialization I'm running, which is Gunner. One of the main reasons, obviously, for this Banshee, you get the Banshee pulse, and you get those 2 awesome mods. I don't know if you guys know this, but they did buff the mods. So you get some nice radius. I was using this radius mod, which was one of the better ones, but then they buffed the mods that you get from the specializations, and yeah, that's pretty nice. So I have the radius there, And then I have the plus 15% effect duration on this one. And I'll go ahead and show you the mods I have for my shield. It's plus 4.5% shield health, plus 4.4% shield health, and this one is 4% damage bonus per enemy. So now back to the gunner. Also, on top of that, armor kits repair 100% armor and grant 30% bonus armor for 10 seconds. So that's really nice as well. Then you have every third reload is 50% faster, and then killing enemies grant 10% armor. Also, you have rate of fire increases by 5% on kill for 5 seconds, giving you even more RPM on your vector. Generate 10% of total ammo capacity every 60 seconds, so you're basically never gonna run out of ammo. Party members also recover 5% every 60 seconds. The 15% weapon handling while not moving, okay, and plus 50% pulse resistance. And make sure you have that extra SMG damage rocking on it as well. So that's my SMG build. I believe I showed everything I needed to show on this build. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope your watches are at or at least close to 1,000 now, and taking advantage of that warhound convoy last week. And yeah, that's it. As always, YouTube, take it easy.